Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Brazil hold a free clinic to commemorate the liaison office's 24th anniversary. Lessons not from a textbook, Tzu Chi is teaching students about the value of helping others by being a volunteer. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lee-Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Taiwan, as funeral service arrangements have been made for the victims of the tour bus accident that occurred in Taoyuan. Family members of the victims are also making their way home with the ashes of their loved ones. To show their respect, airlines have also provided a boarding pass for each of the victims as well. Holding an urn with the ashes of their loved ones, family members of victims from this Liaoning tour group are finally heading home.
Inside the urn, the ashes have been wrapped in a blanket for protection and respect. Each of the deceased was also given their own boarding pass.
Family members from Liaoning arrived on the 21st to handle funeral services, and 52 of them headed home on the 26th, with the remaining 4 planning to leave on the 28th. One of their biggest regrets is that the cause of the accident has yet to be solved.
I just want to say that one of the biggest regrets is that the cause of the incident hasn't been solved. We don't know what happened. Our settlement of $208,000 seems like a large amount, but honestly, that's just from the insurance claim. The tour bus company hasn't paid anything.
This isn't only justice for the victims, but also for the safety of tourism in Taiwan.
Travel agent and the tour bus company are both responsible for the tour group. Of course, since the accident happened directly involving the tour bus, they will receive more severe punishment. However, the penalty is up to the local district prosecutor's office.
As family members head home with a heavy heart, they await the further findings of this deadliest traffic accident that took the lives of 26 people. To celebrate the 24th anniversary of the establishment of the Brazil Tzu Chi Liaison Office in Sao Paulo, local Tzu Chi volunteers held a medical outreach event as a means to mark the occasion. To celebrate the 24th anniversary of the Brazil Liaison Office, Tzu Chi volunteers held a free clinic as a means to commemorate the occasion. Over 10 medical departments were offered, including ophthalmology, dental, and even Eastern medicine. In total, 595 patients were seen. A health seminar was held so people could further understand Alzheimer's disease and how to prevent its onset. An obstetrician opens the floor for questioning. The Rotary Club donated a computer and medical equipment to thank the volunteers for their efforts in taking care of the local community's health. A government official also took time out of their schedule to thank Tzu Chi for the assistance in the area. These numbers represent the love of the volunteers over the years. Everyone comes together like one family to celebrate this anniversary. Donggang Township of Pingtung County is one of the major fishery harbors in southern Taiwan. Invited by the National Immigration Agency, TIMA began offering free medical clinics for foreign fishermen in 2014, helping them feel more at home. Here is Donggang Township of Pingtung County. TIMA members are offering a free medical clinic for these foreign fishermen.
Their working environment is not good. For example, the fishermen may sweat so much on a very sunny day, and they may touch something dirty like fish or blood. It's not easy to wash away these dirty things which touch the skin, so symptoms such as itchy skin can frequently occur. Being a fisherman requires high stamina and the ability to work in a difficult environment. This means that few Taiwanese are willing to take this job, with most of them coming from other nationalities. Invited by the National Immigration Agency, TIMA began offering free clinics to foreign fishermen starting in 2014. However, there is still a need to overcome language barriers to provide treatment.
Most of the patient's information forms are in Chinese, so we need to translate them into Indonesian. It helps the doctor understand the patient's problems and symptoms when offering medical consultations.
To make it easier for these foreign fishermen to communicate with Tima doctors, Tzu Chi volunteers have created Indonesian patient information forms and maps of the body where fishermen can point out their aches.
I appreciate Taiwan for offering such free medical clinics.
More than 100,000 people from other nationalities have come to Taiwan to work as fishermen. It helps these foreign friends feel more at home with Tima caring for their health through these free medical clinics.
I really love Taiwan. Taiwan is great.
As part of Tzu Chi's Project Hope of disaster risk reduction, the arts building of Senlin Junior High School in Kaohsiung has laid down a cement foundation. However, before the cement was poured, construction crews and Tzu Chi's construction department staff visited the building site to ensure that each rebar was positioned where it was supposed to be and no reinforcement steel was out of place. Construction workers are tying up rebar for the water retention pond underneath these future arts classrooms. The construction site supervisor and building manager immediately inspect the work.
Both sides of the main rebar need to be wrapped.
Next, workers must also match the identification of each steel column.
Each column has its own identification number, which includes how much space needs to be between each piece of rebar. We double-check it carefully to ensure it's constructed correctly.
After triple-checking that everything is built correctly according to plans, Senlin Junior High's arts classrooms headed to the next stage of construction. After the cement is poured, workers immediately smooth it out. Another step is to force air bubbles out of the concrete for a more solid foundation. Working on a construction site can be hard work.
In this humid and rainy weather, the human body is susceptible to fatigue and ailments. We will conduct regular checks on the workers to see about their health. We also hope they keep in line with Tzu Chi's ideals and not smoking or chewing betel nut.
It is hoped that through the workers' hard work, a safe and environmentally friendly arts building can be constructed so that the students of Senlin Junior High can take their art skills to the next level. In Malaysia, an elderly couple in their 80s living in Chitra Kedah still goes out every morning to exercise and to pick up recyclables. Their love for the earth makes their retirement very meaningful.
Every morning when they exercise, they also bring along a large bag to pick up recyclables.
I told them to put the recyclables next to the trash bin, not inside. I told them I collect them not for money, but I give them to Tzu Chi to help dialysis patients and victims of floods or earthquake.
The couple are now used to the strange look from other people, but Grandpa Oiha Hip was once very concerned about it.
I didn't like it in the past because I felt recyclables were dirty and people would laugh at me.
The couple is now in their 80s and they have retired for some years. Their daughter once suggested to them to do recycling, and they like doing it once they study it. They also like to watch DaAi TV.
This is what Taiwanese women wear for farm work. I saw this on DaAi TV.
After the grandpa watched the DaAi TV programming, he became very concerned about the environment.
If there was a plastic bag in my vegetable, it couldn't survive. And it was odd that the crops didn't look lively either.
Doing their part for the planet, they want to keep their land beautiful for the future generations.
Summer break has arrived and many parents are considering how to plan out the vacation for their children. However, for some disadvantaged families, the cost of summer school programs can be an economic burden. Thankfully, some cities have free courses available for children from such backgrounds. Today, we'll visit one such program at the Zhanghua Family Support Center.
So we have our magic water to boil the eggs, but do you think the egg is white enough? We just saw that the egg was gooey and runny, but now it's nice and soft. This is how a half-cooked egg should be. Okay, I'll take it out. It's a bit soft. What do you think? Can you see the boiled egg?
Here at Zhanghua's Family Support Center, this summer school program has turned science class into a magic show, capturing the attention of the children.
那个演下去，因为演可以让冰变得更冰。
Just like a sandwich, with one layer of ice cubes and one layer of salt, covering a packet of chocolate syrup. And then 30 minutes later, we'll see what happens.
可以把它打开了，把那块冰打起来。我成功了，成功，成功，成功。
吃起来硬硬的，有的吃起来是整个就是汤没有变冰块。
这什么原因？有的没有成功，为什么？
应该是那个不够冰，盐太少，或是冰太少。
The reason it works is because the salt will cause the ice to lower its temperature rapidly. These students are learning scientific knowledge through first-hand experience. The students participating in this course are also all from disadvantaged families.
我们家是算个单亲家庭而已，所以
Our families are mostly single-parent homes. My mom is working most of the time, so she's very busy raising 2 kids. We joined other programs in the past, but they had enrollment fees. We can join this program for free.
这里都可以免费。
Xiao Xuan's mother works full-time, but makes a meager income, which makes it difficult to raise Xiao Xuan and her little brother. Normally, paying for summer classes for her children would be a heavy economic burden. Thankfully, at the Zhanghua Family Support Center, her children can study, take science, theater, as well as PE without any course fees. The teacher with the soccer ball is Tsung Yu-xiu, a college student who received family support from the center in the past. Instead of looking for a high-paying summer job, he chose to come here out of gratitude, to lend a hand, giving these youngsters an enjoyable summer vacation.
平常就是受到家福的帮助。
We frequently received help from the center, and the center really eases burdens for many families. So in the summer, I like to visit with the kids and help them have a nice time.
比较快乐的时光。回来，然后
Some college students come back to serve the community. They all understand the situation of these children's families, so it's a cycle of love, and they want to give back.
The Zhanghua Family Support Center isn't the only location offering this kind of a positive impact in society. The family support centers in Hemei, Yuanlin, Tianzhong, and Erlin also offer similar summer programs for children from disadvantaged families. We'll see how they are spreading love in society on the next episode.
Tzu Chi operates its educational platform based on the core principle of promoting compassion and joy in children. The goal is to encourage self-discipline and respect for others by guiding the students with love. The schools cultivate a peaceful and positive learning environment where many of the students help by engaging in volunteering themselves. It's almost time for lunch here at Tzu Chi Elementary. The school is quiet as students wait for the bell. However, for some students, there is work to be done before the break. Encouraging service to others is a key aspect of education here at Tzu Chi Elementary. Students like 6th grader Peng Bo-sheng are helping to serve lunch to their classmates and clean up afterwards. Students like him sacrifice their free time after lunch to help with the cleanup.
I started volunteering to get food at the beginning of 4th grade. I've been doing it since then. Since other people often help me, I feel like helping others is also something I should do.
Waiting patiently until all the students have finished, Peng Bo-sheng then collects all the dishes and arranges them for pickup. He also makes sure garbage and recyclables are properly disposed of.
Of all the students in the elementary school, about 1/3 will spend time volunteering. If the students want to join as a volunteer, they have to be studious about finishing their classwork and must also generally be well behaved.
Serving their fellow students like this is actually an honor, and not everyone can do it. They must have good grades and good behavior. This year, 5th grade student Zhen Yuwen made her decision to help clean up trash around the school.
Master Zheng Yan has an aphorism. With the attributes of confidence, perseverance, and courage, there is nothing that cannot be accomplished. In this good environment, we not only get to help others, but we can also show our love to planet Earth.
Originally from Hsinchu, Yuwen and her mother both moved from northwest Taiwan to Hualien in the southeast for Tzu Chi Elementary's exceptional learning environment.
We never expected the kind of positive impact we are seeing in her every day. When we go back to our hometown, our friends or relatives see her changes. The essence of Tzu Chi's humanitarianism has really had a positive impact on her.
The school spirit here attracts many students across Taiwan. However, Tzu Chi's elementary and secondary school programs are anything but traditional.
When I first came to the school, I had frequent conflict with my teacher.
Wang Pingfu, a single child, was a rebellious youth when he arrived at Tzu Chi Middle School. He wasn't only at odds with his teachers, but was also feared by his classmates.
I used to not really consider the feelings of others, but this school is a very positive environment with good teachers, and they helped me improve my character. I turned away from a bad direction, and now I'm much more conscientious. The guidance of his teachers really helped him realize his self-reflection on other students. This own reflection really improved his attitude. Now he understands the importance of respecting others.
The environment here encourages respect for others and oneself. From their uniforms to their performance in class, self-discipline is an important part of the student's education.
I think the most important thing I've learned is self-cultivation, and now I am more thoughtful about the things I say. I'm very grateful to my middle school teachers.
The master reminds us to view the world compassionately. For the students, we want only what is best. Just like parents who want to buy the best clothes and shoes for their children. It's the same for us. We want to offer them the best learning environments we can while they are young.
Interactions between teachers and students here are guided by love, in hopes that seeds of compassion and positivity will be planted in the students' hearts. With self-discipline and respect, students are cultivating good character for a bright future. A student at National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, Yang Deun, is using basketball to promote youth character development. Each week, he teaches basketball to disadvantaged children in rural communities. This year, he was able to raise enough money to invite an American street basketball star to visit Taiwan and participate in a very special basketball clinic.
Speaking into this microphone on this basketball court is Yang Deun, a junior-year university student who created Taiwan Character Basketball, which makes use of summer vacation to travel to rural areas in Taiwan. Recently, the group visited Yunlin.
I wanted to do something in Yunlin because I looked at the data and found out Yunlin is among the poorest areas in Taiwan. I feel sad about this and wanted to do something. As I learned that Yunlin rarely holds such international type of public service activities.
Yang Deun's Taiwan Character Basketball led a group of like-minded friends to do extraordinary deeds, such as caring for disadvantaged people who need help. He was also able to raise money to recruit a world-renowned celebrity street basketball player to Taiwan. His sincerity and dedicated fundraising efforts ultimately inspired Grace and Boucher to come to Taiwan.
I feel great so far. I've been talking with Daniel for almost a year, and I just met the staff like less than an hour ago, so it feels great so far.
Taiwan freestyle basketball star Xiao Fu is also a supporter of this very special basketball group and specifically participated in this charity event in Yunlin.
A lot of people who play basketball may get angry or get into fights, but I think it has to do with the lack of moral character. I think that if you merge basketball and character development, then I think you won't have such bad things taking place on the court.
Not only is this group helping local youth improve their basketball skills on the court, they're also inspiring them to become altruistic and help their community. Yang hopes he can inspire young people in Taiwan to be brave and have the courage to follow their dreams.
Tzu Chi volunteers often use performances and games to teach young children the importance of filial piety and gratitude. Let's visit a class being held at Jingsi Books and Cafe in Taichung, Taiwan, to see how parents and volunteers are encouraging good moral education for the children.
At the Jingse Books and Cafe in Danzi district of central Taiwan, these volunteers are holding a class for parents and young children. The classes encourage good manners, gratitude, and positive interaction among families.
The Tzu Chi classes really encourage love. I often talk to my children about love. I speak to them politely, and we always use please and thank you.
The classes for the children use a small classroom we have here in the bookstore. The classes teach good manners and respect for elders. It's great for developing good moral character.
Each member also collects money to donate in a bamboo coin bank, learning the joy of giving from a young age. Some volunteers in Taichung have come to a kindergarten in the Beitun district. They lead the children in some dance and exercise before donning costumes to give a performance teaching the kids about filial piety. As the crows grow up, one by one, they all fly back to the nest to care for their parents. The performance of volunteers is both engaging and instructive for the youngsters. In addition to the carefully crafted performances, the volunteers also share Jingse aphorisms with the audiences, teaching friends, old and young, valuable lessons to help them lead a fulfilling life.
In Taiwan, 40 students and teachers from Hongguang University traveled around Taiwan with kitchen utensils at the ready. They visited many social welfare institutions to cook meals for children from disadvantaged families. Though the journey was hard, they felt very happy when seeing the smiles on the faces of these children.
During this summer vacation, students from Hongguang University have come to orphanages around Taiwan to prepare meals for less fortunate children. They not only cook delicious dishes, but also put on a show for them. "40 students and teachers from the Department of Hospitality Management of Hongguang University have been traveling around Taiwan since early July. They set out from Kaohsiung through Pingtung, Taidong to Taichung, Zhanghua, and Yunlin. They have brought a car full of kitchen utensils and food ingredients with them to prepare meals filled with love for less fortunate children from orphanages.
Before preparing meals, we have to contact each orphanage and visit to check whether the children have food allergies.
To lessen their financial burden, these students choose neither to stay at a hotel nor a hostel. Instead, they stay at temple dormitories. Though the trip may be demanding, they don't feel tired, especially when they see the smiles on these children's faces.
We feel glad when seeing the happiness on their faces, and before leaving, we hugged those children and cried. This really touched us.
Apart from cooking, these passionate students also play games and did craft with these less fortunate children. Throughout this meaningful trip, they have impacted many less fortunate children.
In Vietnam, Tzu Chi volunteers are promoting the right ways to spend the 7th lunar month by holding a tea gathering at a local resident's home. Volunteers also asked locals to refrain from eating meat in the upcoming lunar month in hopes everyone to do their part for the planet. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.